Oh my goodness, it's finally happening. Welcome back, ghouls and gals, or should I say, welcome. This is the Get Weird podcast. If you guys have been here for a while, you know about my coveted list of movies, and we'll dive more into that in just a second. I have been teasing that I would be doing something a little bigger to this project, and here it is. So, let's start off with the basics. My name is Ashley, also known as Deadgrl Superstar or Spookystar, wherever you may know me from if you're watching or listening here. Obviously, you know me as Deadgrl Spookystar, but horror is my life. Horror is like my biggest passion. I have like my whole apartment is wall to wall horror themed. Everything about my life is it revolves around horror movies and anything under the horror umbrella, I should say, like disturbing movies, thrillers, mysteries, giallo, noir, psychosexual, comedy, horror comedy, literally anything that could fall under the more broad term of horror. It's just right up my alley. I mentioned a few times before on socials, like I said, that I have a larger project corresponding to my series talking about weird, underrated, underrecommended, possibly a little disturbing, definitely a little erotic films that nobody is talking about. And I really pride myself on curating this list so specifically to movies that are really not necessarily always mainstream. I was actually toying with the idea of turning this into a book of essay type reviews, but honestly, I figured that would take forever because as of right now, there are 220 movies in the letterbox list and 335 movies in my personal list. And that would just take forever to sit and write out essay by essay. But I honestly thought it would be more fun to do this in podcast form. I don't think I can get across things the way that I would like to get across things as much in writing as I can do when I'm actually speaking to you. Like, does that make sense? There's a lot of nuance in things, and sometimes I feel like in writing it falls flat. So I guess, hey, hello, this is our introductory episode. Nothing serious, but also everything serious. I became a horror lover quite young, and honestly, I always wanted to do something more with that. I started doing like I trying making YouTube videos when I was in I would have been grade 11, 2010, and I really tried, and I deleted everything because I never uploaded because I genuinely didn't think that I was good enough to be talking about my opinions. And years later, let's fast forward, I'm 32 now. I'm fully confident that I have carved out a space to talk about my opinions and my thoughts about horror, and it feels really good. But like I said, if you've been watching my horror channel at all, you've probably noticed the series. I try to do a new episode every month talking about all the underrated good stuff. There are 20 plus episodes as I'm recording this, so you can definitely go check those out. I will not be talking about the movies in order because I want to keep some sort of element of surprise, but in every episode of that series, I always say I triple dog dare you guys to watch all of these movies. So why not do it myself? So get ready to get weird in the best way possible. I cannot wait to deep dive into the depths of this list I have been curating for almost 3 years now. I can't wait to share it all with you. I know maybe we can get into some more personal stuff here. I just feel like this is a really cool outlet to just talk to you guys. And no, we will not be doing a video based podcast for now, just audio. I just feel like that works better with my schedule. It's just it allows me to come on and yap for a minute, get all my thoughts out, and then go back to what I'm doing. It's an easier format for me to do this with also uploading my regular content, which in saying that, there's a lot of new stuff I want to introduce to the channel in the future. Both channels, main channel, this horror channel. My main channel is mainly like reactions, and I kind of want, like, I love talking about music. If there's one thing about me, it's like I love horror, but like I'm also very passionate about music. Alex and I started making music this year under our band name Neon Spells, which I think is so cool. We've already put out an EP and a single, and it just feels really rewarding. And I want to dive more into my favorite kinds of, like, I started my decades with Deadgrl series, and I feel really fulfilled with that, and I want to start doing that in a kind of different format going forward. But also, like, hey, I like other kinds of music, and I always felt very pigeonholed to like what I was just reacting to, but like there's a whole world of music to talk about, and there's also a whole world of horror to talk about, and that's why we're here. So I guess get ready to hang out with me in podcast format once a week. I cannot wait to talk with you and hang out with you guys and possibly have some special guests. So let me know your thoughts on this. I am so excited. I will let you know our first film, our first movie we are talking about will be Tokyo Gore Police in our first episode. So if that's something you want to watch before we dive into that, I highly recommend. I think it's on Tubi. So in saying that, I'll see you soon, weirdos.